Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Oh, good evening. I'm just finishing up a cup of tea tonight before I headed on the graveyard shift, and I wanted to put this video out to let you all know because I haven't been elected as President of the United States. I haven't seen Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires until tonight. When the premiere happens in Canada. For those of you who live in the U.S., I hope that you had a whole lot of fun watching the movie, and I hope you enjoyed it. Most certainly, I hope you enjoyed it. The movie looked really intriguing, and I wanted to put this update out to let you know at midnight that I will release a video with a review of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires in its entirety for all of you, because I know how much each and every one of you love this channel, and are inspiring me to run for President of the United States. Just to let you guys know that when I become President of the United States and I am elected, this won't become an issue. And Quality Control will finally have a president that she can be proud of, and Disney Plus will be free to everybody. It'll be mandatory in all homes across America. And I'm going to fire every member of the social media department of Disney, and they're going to have full creative freedom. And they're going to be able to be themselves, which is something that's been long overdue for Disney. I hate people being held down and held back from their dreams, and I just want to give the creative freedom to the Zombies and Descendants franchise the way that it was meant to be given to them, because I think they are so creative and incredibly talented. And you're going to have to forgive me because I'm a real sweetheart, and I don't like seeing Quality Control crying her eyes out of her head every night. She does not need to waste her tears over someone like Donald Trump and people's opinions regarding her political point of view. That can be fixed. Something can be done about it if you hit my subscribe button. Unfortunately, because I'm not elected, I'm being held back from a lot of things, like the premiere of Zombies tonight. But just to let you guys know that once I'm elected, I'll be addressing the nation every night after 8 p.m. on YouTube, so any concerns that you have, you may forward them to yours truly. And, you know, I know that I was shut out of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, but I just want to let you guys know that I am an ass-kicking machine, and I am ready to go for Zombies. And I think that there is one critical thing that has yet to happen in the Zombies franchise. Addison needs to fall in love with Jonathan Clarke. Like head over heels in love with Jonathan Clarke. If Milo Manheim is checking out for Zombies 5, well then Jonathan Clarke is ready to check in, and I'm ready to go. I've played every kind of video game that has anything to do with fighting off the dead and survival, from The Walking Dead to The Last of Us to Days Gone to any kind of video game having anything to do with zombies. And every night I'm out on the graveyard shift, so I'm really prepared for this kind of thing. I have never had the opportunity to work at a noodle shop, so I haven't been trained in the art of Kung Fu, because I haven't worked at Poe's Noodle Shop quite yet. I've put in resume after resume, and unfortunately they haven't called me back. So because I haven't been in movies like How to Train Your Dragon, or The Karate Kid, or anything like that, all that messed up stuff, I have to train for this kind of thing. So if you give me a couple of years, I would imagine there's going to be like 2 years in between the Zombies franchise having a new installment, so by the time we get to Zombies 5, I will be well versed in this kind of thing. I have no background with the NFL. I did stuff with the XFL years ago, so I'm probably going to have to go through a rigorous NFL training regimen to get in shape to be a football player for Zombies, or a vampire slayer, which is what I've aspired to be in this franchise. And I would just love to win the heart of Addison, because I think she is just incredibly beautiful. I think she is incredibly talented, and you guys can help me out with that, because as I've been saying all day today, if you hit the subscribe button, what will happen is Disney will see these videos. And what will happen after that is they will say, man, holy shit, we are missing out on an incredible opportunity to sign Jonathan Clarke to a full-time deal with Disney. And they will call me, they will fax me a contract, I will sign the contract, and I will fire every member of the social media department after I become an executive at Disney. And you will see so much magic happen with the Descendants and Zombies franchises. Stuff that you have never seen in your life. You will see more magic for Descendants, more especially because we will see a deeper story for each character and more significance bestowed on characters that have yet to see significance bestowed upon them, and given more of a chance. I will bring back Ruby Rose Turner. I will bring back all of your favorites, because money talks. And if I have access to the $165 billion of revenue that Disney has, I will pay them whatever they want to come back. And we will have one of the biggest movies in Descendants history, because it will be the franchise of the past colliding with the franchise of now, and it will be a whole lot of fun. Don't ever believe that a story has been completed and been told, because a story is far from having been completed and far from having been told. To quote the infamous Uma, you didn't think this was the end of the story now, did you? Because this story is far from over. My relationship with my girlfriend is far from over, more than what the story of Descendants and Zombies is, because it's so hard to get a hold of her. I try to convince her that the guy she's interested in may be a zombie, and, things don't really work out for the better with us, but at least I know I have each and every one of you who have supported me so much. More times than enough when I've been left brokenhearted, you guys have been there for me every step of the way. When I first launched this YouTube channel and I moved into this house that I conveniently found 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode, how convenient. I had each and every one of you, because all I ever wanted to do was create a YouTube channel and upload YouTube videos with messages of kindness, and I wanted to encourage people that there is not enough kindness in this world. I wanted to let that be known, and I like to believe that I did that through the power of this YouTube channel. YouTube provides you with a forum, an open forum to express your feelings and what you want people to hear. And as a podcaster, one of the greatest challenges of all time is, hearing, getting someone to hear your voice and watch your videos. One can only hope that they're going to do that. And, I don't promote these videos. I don't do anything with these videos at all. I just create these videos, and the cool thing is I just throw in a couple of hashtags because I have to, a description because I have to, title because I have to, and a thumbnail that I create in Photoshop, and I throw it up. And I hope that someone is going to hear my voice, and somebody always does. Someone just subscribed tonight. Thank you so much, whoever you are, for hitting the subscribe button at the last minute and getting yourself in on all this action. I've always wanted to live the Tom Cruise kind of life, dangling from a helicopter, shooting zombies. Because one very important thing is you have to use the time that you capacitate a zombie to reload your ammunition. So when he's down and he's getting up, I always wanted to live the Tom Cruise life. So if you guys want to help Jonathan Clarke out by living the Tom Cruise life, hit the subscribe button. I saw the latest Mission Impossible movie, by the way. Oh, man, it was a waste of time. Waste of time. Tom Cruise's newest movie sucked. The only interesting thing about it was the opening monologue where he actually introduced us to the movie. Yeah. So, if you guys want, but I thought all that stuff where he was hanging from the helicopter and stuff looked really cool. And I thought zombies would be the perfect opportunity to introduce all this action. So, if you guys could hit the subscribe button and help me realize my dream of going, I love you, Addison. I love you, Addison. Hang on a second. Hit the subscribe button and allow this dream to become a reality, because I just want to make all of you laugh. One of the greatest gifts of being a theater kid is studying how to make people laugh and keep people interested in your content that you are distributing, and I had the honor and the privilege of being able to study that. I studied how to make milk come out through your noses, and I can do that, and to have the honor to be able to sit here every night and record these videos for each and every one of you, this has been the best year of my life. We are coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. We are going to have so much fun because I will commemorate that for you. We have Ruby Rose Turner's birthday coming up in October, and in just 2.5 weeks, Meg Donnelly's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Meg Donnelly. Thank you for being born in the year 2000. Because all I was ever doing in the year 2000 was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, eating a big bag of Doritos, and thinking I was a real loser because no girl ever wanted anything to do with a guy who played San Andreas with all of his time. And then by 2009, I launched a YouTube channel because I wanted my voice to be heard. Mom was always at bingo every night. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to launch this podcast and hear my voice. And yeah, great stuff. I've been involved with syndicated radio since 1999, YouTube since 2009. And it has been an honor of mine to be able to sit behind this microphone every night and make you guys laugh. God love you guys. I hope you enjoy the Zombies movie. I really do. I'm kind of envious of all of you because you saw it before me. You beat me to it. And I want you to know that my heart is with you tonight, whatever you're going through. Just know we are looking at the same moon, and everything will work out for the better. You know, I lived with a guy one time that actually thought he was a werewolf. He would actually be caught howling at the moon every night, and you don't know how ridiculous your life actually is until you realize that you're living with a guy who actually thinks he's a werewolf. More times than enough, I wanted to go to my roommate but I never had the opportunity to do it. I thought to myself, holy shit, he's a werewolf. I have to do something about this. And conveniently enough, I had a cabinet full of silver bullets and thought about shooting him, and curing him, but it never worked out. And yeah, this is what I do. Every night I make a cup of tea and I contemplate what video I will make next and how I will make you guys laugh. All these Descendant stars, even the stars of Zombies, are so kind. And they are so obliging, and that's what really gets me about the Zombies cast, is that they are so kind, and every one of them come out in unison to do these interviews. And I hear Meg Donnelly on these podcast interviews all the time asking the host of the show, how did you get into podcasting? And I've wanted Meg Donnelly to call 555 Jonathan Clarke for forever and ask Jonathan Clarke how he got into podcasting. Well, really interesting story. As I said, Mom would go to bingo every night. I was home alone. I wanted my voice to be heard, and all I ever wanted to do was spread a message of kindness. So I launched a podcast, a syndicated radio program in 1999. Fortunate enough, it was heard, because back in 1999, all you had was Bye 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 from NSYNC, and they looked really weird. And the Backstreet Boys, who were the greatest boy band of all time, and that's all I could ever talk about. So, I had to pray to God every night. I was like, Lord, help me. Someone's going to hear my show, hopefully. And conveniently enough, it actually was picked up, and everybody heard it. And then I went from radio to YouTube by 2009, and oh man, YouTube was a real nightmare in 2009. You couldn't upload an hour-long video. Your videos could only be uploaded in 10-minute parts. So if you had a video that was like an hour long, it was like 3 hours to upload. It was probably like 10 parts, 10 minutes each, conveniently enough. It was really disastrous. You couldn't really create the way you wanted to. You couldn't stream your videos in 4K. And I wish years ago I could have been in possession of a Logitech Brio camera and been able to put these videos out the way that I'm putting them out now, because everybody can see me. And they know that their future president of the United States is going to make them proud. There's just something about Carly Contrell having tears in her eyes. That's an image that I just can't get out of my mind. Because Carly Contrell is still trying to figure out her life. And how dare people drag her political point of view into the conversation? Carly, I want you to know that something can and will be done about it, because if every Descendants fan finds these videos and hits the subscribe button, we're going to get Jonathan Clarke in as President of the United States, and you will actually be able to shut your eyes every night, finally having a president that you can be proud of. And I personally guarantee you that I will send Carly Contrell the biggest bouquet of flowers ever, apologizing to her for everybody dragging her political point of view in the conversation, which they had no business of doing. I don't know where I can find the biggest bouquet of flowers ever. Somebody's going to have to help me out with that, but I will find it. I will send it to Carly Contrell's door, and I will personally invite her to perform on my inauguration night. It'll be the greatest night of Carly Contrell's life. I promise you that. And the entire Descendants cast can join her so she can be with her friends, because there's just something about Carly Contrell that I really like, and I really like seeing her have fun. I especially like her friendship with Ruby and how they always talk about it for interviews. I think that we can never see enough of this with Disney. Disney's received so much criticism over the years, but the coolest thing about Disney is Disney always creates the most beautiful friendships. No matter if you're talking about Carly Contrell and Ruby Rose Turner, Sophia Carson and Dove Cameron, the most beautiful friendships of all time, past and present, are always documented. I had a lot of good friends in high school, and one of my very good friends called me a year ago, and he told me that I had to go back into podcasting because I had told the story and I hadn't completed it, in his words, to steal a line from the Descendants script. And I said to Josh, Josh, nobody's going to want to hear me anymore. I had a 25-year career. I believe I had told the story and completed it, once again stealing a line from the Descendants script. And he said, Jonathan, you have to go back because everybody wants to hear you. And I thought about all the kids that used to come to my door dressed up as Descendants characters after I got off the phone with him. And, while he was blowing shit up on his JR Science YouTube channel, I convinced myself that I had to go back and tell a story to people because I thought that everybody wanted to hear my point of view on Descendants. Let me just say this. Descendants is a franchise that I think is incredibly beautiful. It is absolutely mind-blowing, the Descendants franchise as a whole, and I love it dearly. And I want to say this. To anybody who spends their time up to 45 minutes on their podcast criticizing Descendants, you obviously don't know what you're talking about or don't know the first thing about Descendants. You, the Descendants and Zombies fans, the Descendants and Zombies universe, deserve a hell of a lot better than what you are hearing and what you are finding on YouTube. And I just wanted to give that to you. No matter if it was me talking about my dream to want to kick Milo Manheim's ass and steal the heart of Edison, or wanting to be a part of the Descendants franchise as the writer, producer, and director, which could happen. I would love to be in a board meeting when they come up with ideas for Descendants and we discuss it, and I would say, this has to happen, that has to happen, because these kids want to hear something more. You guys don't deserve to have the door shut on your dreams and your hopes, because, correct me if I'm wrong, Descendants and Zombies was the first franchise as a whole to give you guys what you wanted. It inspired you to be stronger. It inspired you to be something special in life. It inspired you to be something extraordinary and believe in every hope that you ever had was still in your mind when you were 5 years old. That's what happened for Kylie Cantrell. She remembers watching Descendants when she was 9 years old. There are people who watched Zombies when they were 9 years old, and now they are in high school, and they are really excited about Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. And I have this to say to each and every one of you. More power to you. God love your little hearts. I think that even the older fans of Zombies now make this franchise that much more cooler, and it offers Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim a profound amount of credit and gratitude for being able to put Zombies on the pedestal that it's on now, and I never ever wanted to take that away from anybody, and that's more than you're ever going to hear from any other podcaster that you will find or podcast on YouTube, because I find that all they ever do is sit behind their microphone every night and criticize it and critique it in a way that you don't want to hear it. If you're going to say something nice about Descendants and Zombies, please say something nice about Descendants and Zombies, and just don't put it in your description for the sake of somebody hitting your subscribe button. Give these girls what they want, because the majority of the fans are girls, and I just want to give you guys something positive to take away with and run away from a show, because I loved fairy tales when I was a kid. One of the first movies I ever watched that I found was really inspiring was Beauty and the Beast. That goes all the way back to 1991, and then years later, I remember watching Shrek in folk literature class, and that was in 2001. I thought that was the greatest redistribution of all your favorite fairy tales. Breaks my heart that Kylie Cantrell has not seen Shrek, and I can do something about that if they decide to shoot Descendants 6 by the time we get to that. Here in Newfoundland, because there are a lot of ghost ship sightings, a lot of places where people go missing, historical sites, graveyards. Lots of cool stuff can happen. But I need you to hit the subscribe button to get me in on this franchise. I really appreciate how Addison's character, portrayed by Meg Donnelly, was the embodiment of all these supernatural characters, from zombies to werewolves to aliens to now vampires. I'm looking forward to seeing if she will transition into a vampire in this. I can only imagine me helping Addison with the transitional period and the process, based off everything I went through with the original vampire TV shows, from Vampire Diaries to True Blood. Oh my God, it was really ridiculous. Come to think of it, it's really quiet out there on the street tonight. I always thought that I lived in a ghost town, but I occasionally hear children playing outside, but I don't see any zombies. The window is open, so if you hear, I may have to bolt, because you got to get them before they get you. That's a very important rule about being a vampire slayer. If you hear or see stuff coming up out of the ground, you got to kind of really go, kind of really bolt. And don't worry about needing a stunt double. Jonathan Clarke does his own stunts. I know that I'm liable once I sign the contract, because I'm responsible for my own actions and doing stunts. I will be very obliging about this, and I know how to handle myself. I can kick a whole lot of ass, and obviously I'm achieving worldwide popularity now for wanting to suplex Kylie Cantrell's man for how he treated her. Let me just say this. I am very fond of the Descendants stars and the Zombie stars, and I don't think that they deserve any criticism. I don't think they deserve to be treated as horrible as what they've been treated in relationships. It breaks my heart, especially when I hear Meg Donnelly saying that she loves her boyfriend so much on podcasts, and how Dove Cameron cries all the time because she can't achieve acceptance in her relationships, and Kylie Cantrell is reduced to tears. Man, you girls are inspirations in life. You give me a reason to get up every morning, and I want Kylie Cantrell and I want Dove Cameron to know this, because without you guys, I would have never been famous. Kylie Cantrell made me a superstar. Kylie Cantrell made me the legend that I will go down in history for having been. If it wasn't for those girls, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for you girls, the Descendants franchise wouldn't be here as a whole. And that's why so many people criticize it. I want people like Kylie Cantrell and Dove Cameron to know and to realize that they are beautiful. They are incredible people. And if a guy can't see them or appreciate them for their worth, then they are not worth their time. And the same thing goes for Ruby. I thought Ruby was the most beautiful person that I ever saw. I don't think there's an unkind bone in Ruby's body. I would love to see a CT scan of Ruby's brain. I said that last night because Ruby is a beautiful person. She is so kind, and I don't ever think she's ever done anything wrong to anybody, and she didn't deserve to have roles denied of her. I know you have to be really good at what you do, and if the Zombies cast weren't good at what they did, they would have never had the opportunity to be an actor or an actress in the franchise and to have the torch passed to them. But the thing is, I have seen my favorite celebrities receive so much criticism over the years that I just wanted to give them something better to hear. You know, when Kylie Cantrell will not Google herself because she doesn't want to hear these ridiculous reviews. Hopefully that's not a vampire Hell's Angels gang going down the road and I got to bolt through the window. If you hear a massive explosion, I do apologize because I actually do live 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. And I have this tendency of listening to the radio every night to hear about it. That's why I got the Nest Hub here. Hey Google, how do you prepare for a zombie apocalypse? See what she says.
Here's some information from the web that might possibly help. On the website totalprepare.ca,
oh my God.
Say, you'll need food, water, lights, and radio in case power fails. First aid supplies.
First,
it would be a very bad time to go to a hospital, so you may also want to stock up on antibiotics.
Oh, where am I going to get antibiotics? Well, thankfully, there's a hospital like literally 10 minutes away. Everything is in the center of the city. So if there is a zombie apocalypse and everything goes all, especially if I'm living with Meg Donnelly, I don't care. So if I got Ruby here and I got Meg Donnelly here with me, I'm not going to care about wanting to go to a hospital. I will go to a hospital if I have to. If Ruby's life is on the line, I will go to a hospital for Ruby without even thinking about it. And I will take on a horde of zombies just because of Rube. If they're coming for Rube, they're going to have to go through me. And if I have to get Ruby to a hospital or I have to get Kylie Cantrell to a hospital, oh man, I am going to bolt it to the nearest hospital. And conveniently enough, like I said, everything is in the center of the city. And you're thinking to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, if there's a zombie apocalypse and there's fires and explosions and, shit's going down, how are you going to get to a hospital in all that chaos? Jonathan Clarke knows how to do his own stunts. So I will backflip over cars. I will commandeer helicopters because I have a cousin who's a pilot. He can help me out. And yeah, man, I'll get to the hospital. I do not fear any zombie out there. That's why I want any zombie or vampire to know if you're watching this show, man, you should know better. Because Jonathan Clarke is ready for the inevitable. Guys, if you have not subscribed to this show, you're going to want to because in October I do really funny videos, especially for Halloween because I offer more pointers about zombie apocalypses and vampire invasions, more than I ever have. And I just don't want to see anybody, seeing stupid videos on YouTube that make no sense. If anything, I just want to give you videos that you can really enjoy, that you can tell your friend about on the phone. I know there are a lot of girls who watch these videos and they talk to their girlfriends all the time about boys that they're trying to get with and stuff. And they probably, love Descendants of Zombies so much. So if anything, I want you to tell your other friend on the phone that, hey, I'm listening to Jonathan Clarke on YouTube and he's really cool. You should watch him. I want the word to spread like fire about this YouTube channel. And in order for word to spread like fire, you have to hit the subscribe button because you will never be prepared for the inevitable. You will never be prepared for a zombie invasion. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, along with spread my own message of kindness, get everybody ready for a zombie invasion. And that's why my voice is sounding all funny because I might be going through a transition. I haven't been attacked by a vampire. I do this thing every night. Guys, I'll let you know how my graveyard shift goes tonight because it depends. More nights there are more zombies to kill than others, and yeah, it's never good. It's never good. Oh man. Come to think, do I have any medical supplies? I think I do. I think I've got Band-Aids, all kinds of stuff. So Ruby and Kylie should be okay if they come here to shoot Descendants 5. I want Ruby and Kylie to know that my heart is forever with them. The criticism that they hear on Google all the time on the internet, I'm trying to do something about that. So one can only hope that Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner are going to find this YouTube channel. Meg Donnelly's going to find this YouTube channel, and she's going to fall in love with me. I don't want them to hear that criticism ever again. They don't deserve that criticism. When I first saw Meg Donnelly as a part of the Zombies franchise, when I first saw the Zombies franchise as a whole, I was at my sister's one year for Christmas. And you're saying to yourself, you celebrate Christmas around Valentine's? Yeah, I do. because I see my family once every 6 months. Some of them live in the Yukon. Some of them live in the States. I got family all over, man. We celebrate Christmas in March, bro. Christmas in July. So, yeah, I was at my sister's at Christmas. I saw this, and I actually was there at Christmas. And I saw the premiere for Zombies, the premiere trailers and stuff, and I said, this is something that I can really get into. And then I saw a bunch of zombies dancing in this musical, High School Musical 3D, bro. And I was like, man, this has potential. And I started covering it. And, I was making several YouTube videos about it. I wasn't doing every video about Descendants of Zombies like I'm doing now, because that's all that life is about, bro. It's either zombies, Descendants, or die. And I thought, this is incredible. If there's anything to be inspired by, or come away with from something special and run away with, it's got to be Descendants of Zombies. And then all my girlfriends left me because of it, and at least I know I have each and every one of you to help me through it, because you were all I were ever left with. And I knew I could tell you guys anything on this podcast. But yeah, what I'm planning to do is check out Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires tonight. I will drop a review of it. I'll drop videos throughout the whole day, and then I'll drop a review of it immediately following Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. I will have a review for you along with hundreds of other videos to follow about Descendants of Zombies as we get closer to everything significant and we remember every critical thing that happened in the way of momentum for Zombies over the past 10 years in Descendants. Because we have the 10th anniversary of Descendants, we've got a lot of stuff to get down to on this YouTube channel. Stuff is happening on this YouTube channel, and I put $5,000 behind this YouTube channel, so if there's something to be really excited about, it is this. So tell your friends about it. Hit the subscribe button if you are a new subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you already have not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So, I have a video. I think it's about zombies. Well, that's what it would have to be about, because that's what we're talking about. So, I'm going to show this video to you guys, and you're going to hit my subscribe button, and you're going to blow this YouTube channel up, and you're going to prepare yourself for a zombie apocalypse, which you can never be too prepared for.
I think what excites me the most is that they're kind of teaming up and learning, like everything that they learn, they're teaching the other kids. So it's not really about them anymore. It's kind of passing their legacy on, and that's exactly what Milo and I were doing. So it's very meta in real time. So I think that's what I'm really excited for people to see it.
So Addison is going to a world-class cheer camp, if I heard that right from a TikTok video I just saw, thanks to two Japanese guys who eat chicken balls all the time when they're together and hang out, and they made this TikTok website. If she goes to a world-class cheer camp and goes away for forever, then all my hopes and dreams go up in smoke. Man, I got so much planned. Running for President of the United States, I'm going to win Kylie Contrell's heart, going to win over the heart of Addison. What am I going to do? If she goes to a world-class cheer camp, Jonathan Clarke is really screwed. So you have to hit the subscribe button to stop her. So I can win the heart of Addison, win the heart of Meg Donnelly, and everything will be okay. La 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 la. So I just heard a lot of commotion out through my window, which means I got to bolt, because I got to get them before they get us. I do this every night. This is why I lived in this house for so long, and this is how I live. So because I have to get them before they get us, I want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. And I want you to know, between all of us, that everything is going to be okay. Why is everything going to be okay? Because you are wonderful, wonderful people who have made this channel so incredibly beautiful. This community is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely fabulous. And because we share it in the same moon every night, we are looking at the same moon. I am looking at the same moon that you are. I want you to know that everything is going to be okay, because it has to be. I don't know. I'm going to figure it all out. I'm one of the biggest Descendants of Zombies fans of all time, for those of you who are new here, and I'm really happy that you found these videos and you found this channel. Know that I love you all very much. We will do this again tomorrow night, and we will have a whole lot of fun. Once I see Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, everything will be okay. Just be sure to hit my subscribe button. Go out of your way to do that. Be kind to one another and spread your own message of kindness until tomorrow. Bye, YouTube. We will do this again really soon.